Welcome to Seminal Affairs. Did you know that the amount of oxygen one tree produces is equal to what is required for one human's by life? So why are we sudden talking about the humanity being standing on the edge of disaster? Today we face a crisis that could define our future. We stand at a precipice. Civilization thrived under a stable climate, but that era is ending. Ancient forests fall, the web of life unravels, and our future grows uncertain. Our home is sending a warning, written in fire and flood. The year 2025 brings relentless climate disasters where extremes are the new normal. Now, at COP30 in Belém, Brazil, the world faces a simple, terrifying question. Can we fix what we have broken? COP30 is our moment of reckoning, a final chance to choose a different path. The environment is everything: air, water, soil, and the living systems that sustain us. For too long, we treated it as infinite, but the consequences are now painfully clear. The most urgent symptom: a warming climate. Burning fossil fuels traps heat, raising global temperatures. Glaciers are vanishing and sea levels are rising. We are waging war on forests, destroying vital carbon habitats. Land, sea, and sky are all under siege. The time to act is now. COP summits unite nations to tackle climate change, but the gap between promises and action remains vast. The Paris Agreement was a milestone, yet emissions keep rising and targets fall short. Climate finance lags, trust erodes, and critics call COP a spectacle. COP30 must deliver real funding, protect the Amazon, and prove global cooperation is possible. Global climate action hinges on a few major powers. The US, once a leader, now sends mixed signals, its absence at COP30 undermining momentum. The EU pushes forward but cannot fill the leadership void alone. China, the world's top emitter, balances coal reliance with dominance in clean energy technology. India argues for climate justice, expanding renewables but insisting on its right to develop. Russia, dependent on fossil fuels, resists ambitious action. This geopolitical fragmentation is the greatest challenge at COP30. Without full US participation, progress is nearly impossible. Subnational US leaders show commitment, but cannot replace federal power. A divided world cannot stand against climate change. Only unity can meet this common threat. War is a powerful, often overlooked driver of environmental destruction. Modern warfare consumes vast fossil fuels and releases toxic pollutants, scarring ecosystems for decades. In Ukraine, industrial sites and farmland are contaminated, forests and rivers devastated. Sudan's civil war accelerates desertification and resource collapse. In Gaza, bombardment creates toxic rubble and pollutes water, sparking health crises. War diverts resources and attention from climate action, making cooperation nearly impossible. Trillions spent on conflict could build a sustainable future. War's true cost is measured in poisoned land, lost lives, and a wounded planet. The science of climate change is clear, but political polarization paralyzes action. Climate denial, often fueled by fossil interests, sows doubt and delays solutions. In some countries, climate policy is framed as an attack on freedom and prosperity. Meanwhile, alarmist rhetoric can breed despair and inaction. The challenge: communicate urgency without extinguishing hope. Climate change is not left or right, it's physics and chemistry. Carbon emissions don't care about politics. Disasters spare no one. By making climate a political pawn, we risk everything. We must depoliticize the science and focus on shared values, safety, stability, and responsibility. Only by uniting around these can we move forward. The stakes are too high for division. To break the deadlock, we must see climate action as a security imperative. A stable climate underpins stable societies. Its collapse breeds chaos and conflict. Governments must use economic incentives, carbon pricing, ending fossil subsidies, investing in clean tech, to drive change. Growth must be redirected toward resilience and sustainability. Wealthy nations have a duty to fund adaptation for the world's most vulnerable, empowering indigenous communities as guardians of vital ecosystems. COP30 is a crossroads. One path leads to division and disaster, the other to cooperation and hope. The choice is stark: short-term interests or long-term survival. We must invest in resilience, listen to science, and act together. Our shared destiny depends on it. The time to choose is now.